This is a tutorial on the Cooperating Broker Compensation Agreement, also known as the CAR Form CBC. And this form is used by the buyer's agent to confirm or modify the amount of commission that they're going to receive from the listing broker or the seller's broker. Now, there are really only a few different scenarios when this is used, and you'll see some of these scenarios here when you'll choose one of these boxes. And I'll go through this form shortly here. It's only just over a page, so it's pretty straightforward. But there is some context. And I should mention, keep in mind that a listing broker in the listing agreement charges the seller the entire commission, whether it's 4 or 5 or 6%, all that's charged and paid to the listing broker. It's the listing broker that then chooses to pay a cooperating broker, which is the buyer's agent, a portion of the commission they earn. And many agents know this, but also many agents don't. For some reason, it's become convoluted because so many people look at transaction sides and sellers already anticipate that there'll be a cooperating agent, so they're already negotiating at the time of the listing, and they're saying, well, I want you to give 2% or 3% to the buyer's agent. But even though it might be a foregone conclusion and the seller and the listing agent expect to pay a buyer's agent, the way it's done from a technical standpoint is that it's charged, and that listing agreement is effectively an invoice for the entire amount of commission is to go to the listing brokerage. The end. That's it. It stops there. But then it goes one more step, and that listing brokerage then pays the cooperating broker. Now, the reason for this form is because typically, if number one, the property is not on an MLS where the commission is displayed, then this form needs to be used. Now, another scenario is if it is on the MLS, and we're talking about the MLS because on an MLS listing, that is where the percentage of commission is shown. But even if it's on the MLS, if that commission amount is changed, then this form is used. Okay, so we'll go through very quickly here. We're going to put in the listing brokerage name. We're going to name the property. And then, of course, the buyer and the buyer's broker. Okay, so we've identified the parties or the agents involved and the property in question. All right, so paragraph 3, this is where we address what's happening here. So are we confirming the compensation in the MLS? Well, when does this happen? Sometimes agents just don't feel comfortable enough. And I'll give you a perfect example. These agents may not feel comfortable enough with what's in the MLS because they might have seen an old listing or even some sort of modification on the current listing that the commission amount, the cooperating broker commission amount, has been changed by the listing brokerage. So a buyer's agent, a cooperating agent, might say, I don't like that they have changed it. I don't want there to be any ambiguity about this. I'm going to confirm in writing that, and they check this box here and they put in 2.5% or whatever they expect. This is my expectation. That's it. Now, what happens when it's changed? Sometimes, and really it's not supposed to happen this way, but it just, in reality, commission does get negotiated sometimes when price is being negotiated. I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to say when that does happen. Or for whatever other reason, the commission amount is modified. You'll check this box, and this is stating, hey, there's an amount in the MLS, but the amount displayed is different than what I expect. So let me change it. And typically, if someone's waiving a portion of the commission, it gets reduced here. So it might say 2.5% in the MLS, but they'll put 2% here. I will say, if you're a buyer's agent and you're waiving all of your commission in exchange for a reduction in the sales price, unless the buyer is paying cash, it's a terrible idea. I do not recommend it. It is a terrible idea. Please don't do it. If you have a question why, leave a comment. Cooperating broker, not a member of the MLS or reciprocal MLS. If you're out of the area and you may not be participating in an MLS where the commission is displayed, you'll check this box. This is rare, but just keep in mind, if you're an out-of-area agent and you want to confirm the amount that's being paid, the commission, because you don't have access to that MLS. You're going to put it here. Short sale confirmation of compensation. Is this a short sale? Gosh, those haven't been happening at all for years, and they may come back, but even if they do, I wouldn't even bother with this. I would ask for, because this right here says that this agent agrees to any reduction. No, sorry, not signing a blank check for you to reduce my commission. Not happening. Okay. And we have, if the property's not even listed at all with the MLS, that's one of the main reasons I mentioned. Maybe it's off-market sale. Check this box, put in how much you expect as a cooperating agent. Given that there's no MLS with a percentage on the MLS listing to back it up, you need this as your documentation for commission. So off-market sales, you'll check this box and you'll be protected. And now this is of course a sale to a tenant. If there's a buyer's agent with a tenant involved, this is not very common, but you can use this for your cooperating broker compensation. And that's really it. Now, this form used to be bad in the past because it didn't have brokers' signatures on it, and there'd be reductions of commission without the broker, which is technically an unauthorized modification of commission. And I actually wrote the CAR about it, and I said you have a gaping hole in terms of compliance, but that was fixed. Who knows if it was by my complaint or probably many other brokers caught that same error in this CAR form, but it's been fixed. So the appropriate agents are going to sign and their brokers are going to sign if one of these provisions is checked. And that's it. That's how simple this form is. If you have any questions, please feel welcome to leave a comment. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching.